Hello all, welcome to Barrio Patrol. This is our series of instructional videos on things that we like to do around the barrio, things that we think we can do pretty well, things we'd like to share with you. And one thing I'd like to share with you is how to play the funky drummer beat. Now, why would you want to play the funky drummer beat? Because it's a good beat and it's a good basis with which to work off of an entire style of drumming that involves 16th notes on the hi-hat and some ghost notes and things like that. And I've looked around on YouTube and I haven't found very many good videos on how to play the funky drummer beat, so I decided to break it down for you a couple different ways and show you how you could do it. Now, first of all, let's listen to the track and start out with the bass of the beat, which is going to be there. Where does that come from? It doesn't exist in a vacuum. It comes from what I would think, I hear it coming from the horns. I think Clyde Stubblefied was playing off of the horn section when he got the idea for that, as explained here. Da da da, da da da. You hear that part? It's da da da. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. All right, so you got that. Hearing that horn part in your head. Da, da, da. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? You start like that. Now I want to incorporate the hi-hat for a little bit. I'm going to try to play it on, we'll call the 1 and the 3. If we go in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. No, the 2 and the 4, excuse me. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, you could start to do it on all 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And that's just giving you coordination. That's building up your coordination, you know, with both of your feet and your hands. Now you can start to incorporate your hi-hat hand. Just you can play quarter notes, someone play eighth notes, and go. Notice how there's no barking on the hi-hat when I'm doing that. I'm pulling up and putting down, and I'm putting my notes together with what I'm pulling down on the hi-hat. And I'm phrasing very on the beat to minimize the open cymbal sound on the hi-hat, right? So once you got that down, that might be all the funky drummer you really need, but if you need more, the next step would be to go from the downbeats of the quarter notes to the upbeats, so offbeats to and. So we go, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? 1. Makes sense? Playing this with this, playing this with this. Okay, and that's not the way he did it on the recording. That's just some stuff I'm showing you to work up your coordination, you know. It's very close though. What I'm hearing when I listen to the beat, which is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, get it. That's what's really making the funky drummer beat. Again.
1, 2, 3, 4, minutes.
Sorry. So essentially what he's doing there to make that little hi-hat lick is pulling down on 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E. Right? Now, how do you make it the funky drummer beat? There's one missing ingredient. That's the 16th notes on the hi-hat done with one hand. Right? So, we play it like this. You see how I'm accenting? I like to accent on the downbeats. You can accent it however you want. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 like this and. That is the funky drummer beat. One more time. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, once you got that down, or even before you got that down, maybe this is a bit advanced. It took me a long time to get to do this, right? So there's different ways you can do it to get to it. Like I showed you playing just the straight quarters and the straight eighths on the hi-hat. But there's kind of like, I would call it a quasi-linear or a broken way to play it, which is where you kind of go back and forth between these hands. And a lot of guys are going to hate on me for doing this because they're going to say it doesn't flow and it doesn't sound as funky, but it's definitely an interesting way to do it and it's a useful way to be able to do things, and I would recommend practicing it. So you basically would just start out with it. Make sense? Doing the same thing with this, but you're just splitting the rhythm between these two hands. There's all kind of stuff you can improvise with off of that. You know, you shouldn't just stick to within the funky drummer beat. You know, let's just use it as a springboard to improvise. And so on. All right, now another less broken way, yet still what most folks would say less funky way to do it, but a very efficient way to do it. Especially if you have to play loud and for a long time. It's going to save your hi-hat hand from a lot of fatigue, is to do it hand to hand. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, right? Now, I actually prefer to play it like this for what, like I just said, because it's easy to do if it's loud. You have to play loud. You have to play for a long time. And I just find it's fun to improvise off of. So, you know, you start, you're going to lead with your lead hand. If you're right-handed, it's your right hand. I'm left-handed, so that's my left hand. And you go. So, that's 3 different ways to play the funky drummer beat. And I would spend time just working on all those. And remember, you don't have to stick to just playing it like a loop, like you're trying to play Mama Said Knock You Out or something. You can get free with it and have fun, alright? And we'll see you next time.